General Hospital spoilers show that Lucas is more conflicted than ever, caught between what his gut tells him as a doctor and his loyalty to his friend. The information he now has on Britt's so-called treatment isn't just medically complicated, it's explosive. What used to feel like a faint hope is starting to seem more like a well-planned illusion. The formula Britt thinks might stop Huntington's progression has small irregularities in his makeup, minor differences, but one Lucas just can't overlook. It looks like a breakthrough on paper. It really seems incomplete, shaky, and maybe even dangerous. Every time he looks over the data again, he doesn't find answers but more and more risk. Like someone hurried through the work or hid important pieces of information. Britt sees it as in a completely different way. To her, this change in the compound feels like progression. Progress. A small fix that helps her get a bit closer to taking back control of her own future. Huntington's disease has been like a ticking clock to her, influencing the choices she makes and slowly wearing down her feeling of time. The chance that this drug might slow down or even fix the damage goes beyond just medicine. It feels like a second chance. It's all about staying alive. The belief is so strong, it keeps her from noticing the warning signs Lucas picks up on. Those clear red flags, the tension between them is real now, not just something to think about. Lucas knows that if Britt goes ahead and with a self-injection, she'll be stepping over a line that's hard to come back from. Experimental compounds can be really unpredictable given in controlled settings. Given her fragile state, they might even cause neurological shock, mess with her heart, or lead to a quick drop in mental function. Even worse, if the formula has been messed with, the injection could actually speed up the degeneration it's supposed to prevent. A treatment designed to fight Huntington's might actually trigger it to process much faster than expected. What really scares Lucas is how determined Britt is. There's a quiet intensity in her resolve, the kind that comes back before choices you can't take back. She comes to believe that waiting is the same as giving up, and if she decides to pick up that syringe and go through it, it won't just be about bravery. It's a risk that could affect a lot more than just herself. Just one injection could reveal a conspiracy, break shaky alliances, and spark a medical crisis nobody is ready to handle. Lucas hears the clock ticking louder with every passing second. If he doesn't manage to stop her, the tragedy won't just be something distant or theoretical. It's going to hit quickly, grab you right away, and there's no way to stop it. In that one moment when the needle breaks the skin, hope can suddenly turn into the very disaster he's been doing everything to avoid. Lucas isn't just watching Britt crisis happen anymore. He's found his new control protocol, basically an emergency counter agent to calm down unstable compounds, and now he's stuck in a real tough spot because of it. In theory, it's supposed to act as a safeguard. In truth, it's a weapon that could just as easily send Britt into systemic shock. If he gives it at the wrong time, and the experimental Huntington's formula is already in her bloodstream, it could cause a chain reaction leading to organ failure, brain overload, heart rhythm problems, and medical disaster happening in just seconds. Lucas gets the science, but when there's hardly any room for mistakes, that knowledge doesn't bring much comfort. Britt, feeling desperate and running out of time, is ready to take a chance on the injection she might slow down Huntington's progression. She views the new changes in the drug as improvement, a step forward, showing that someone has managed to get better at something that used to feel out of reach. Lucas notices the instability. He notices a compound that behaves strangely when put under stress. If he steps in with this countermeasure, he could stop her from suffering long-term degeneration, but at the same time, it might cause her to collapse right away. The thought of that possibility is overwhelming and hard to breathe around. Lucas suddenly sees that the control is just an illusion. He's stuck, picking between two bad options, and whichever way he goes shapes his whole future. At the same time, Jason and Carly end up in a darker web than expected. Sidwell and Cullum aren't just watching this play out. They're the ones putting the pressure on. It feels like every moment Britt makes up helping them in some way. If the treatment doesn't work in public, it might damage strong alliances. If it works, it might reveal secrets that some men have gone to great lengths to hide. Jason feels something's off, like there's a quiet scheme playing out just out of sight. Carly can't shake off the feeling that history is about to repeat itself. With another friend caught up in the same chaos that seems to take hold every time. They worry that Britt's illness might be used against her as a way to gain advantage. Time's running out. Huntington's doesn't stop the strategy meetings or moral debates. Britt's symptoms are small at first but getting worse, showing how waiting can be just as harsh in its own way. The pressure makes every choice feel urgent. Lucas feels a countdown in his heartbeat. If Britt injects herself, it could spark chaos across the hospital. If Lucas brings in his own counter-agent, he might end up causing the very tragedy he's trying to prevent. In this shrinking moment, partnerships are breaking apart and intentions are becoming clearer. Sidwell and Cullum might just be waiting for the moment when desperation takes over and caution falls by the wayside. Jason is getting ready for confrontation. Carly is getting ready to face a loss. Lucas stands right in the middle of everything, holding a syringe that might bring hope or could start terrible new medical disaster. Lucas feels the attack coming before he knows really what's going on. Sidwell doesn't act out of anger. He moves with sharp focus, making Lucas a problem that needs to be dealt with. A fake accident, a messed up procedure, a deadly mistake. Any one of these could be the end of him. As the procedure builds, Lucas knows he's not just keeping Britt safe anymore. He's fighting to stay alive for himself. If Sidwell pulls it off, Lucas' death won't be just some random thing. It'll serve as a warning to anyone bold enough to stand against him.